Hi guys, in the previous video of this series we had worked on this icon, we had worked on this image with the rounded rectangles, the rounded sides and the box shadow behind it. And in this video we want to start working on these two texts and this slider and things below that as well. So after our container out here, firstly this semicolon wasn't there and I was getting a squiggly line here. So if you, in case you're also getting a squiggly line towards the end of the scaffold, you can put a semicolon and the squiggly line will go away, and also the errors will go away in your file. And here after the container we want to start putting our text widgets. So we'll say text, and the text will be, sorry, it says toString, we don't want toString to be there. So the text we'll say album title, comma, style will be text style, and the text style we'll have our font size 20. For font size, S needs to be capital. We'll put a comma here, we'll put a comma here, and after that we'll put another text widget for this text, singer name and label, right, with a smaller font size. So what we'll do here is we'll say text again and put singer name and label, comma, sized box, height will be 20. Put a comma there again put a comma after sized box. Sized box helps us give spaces whenever we need them to be. And now we want to start talking about the slider here. So for that we have a slider widget, and the slider widget has an onChanged property. And here we'll pass v. So I'll show you what v is. V is basically the value. So value is 10 in this case. By default the value will be 10, and the max is 100, minimum will be 0, because this starts from 0, ends at 100, and the value is 10 by default. And comma, active color. The color that I have chosen is 0x4 times 4f C107, but you could be using any other color that you want. After the slider we'll put a comma, and we'll put another sized box for some space, and sized box will have a height of 40, and we'll put a comma there, comma after this as well. And now we want to start working on these icons, right? So for these icons what I'll do is I'll add a row, because they're all part of the same row, as you can see, right? And in that row we have this icon which will be called the backward icon in the Font Awesome's icons library. This is the backward icon, and here we have the forward icon. And for this button, for this icon, we can use either the play icon or the pause icon depending on the state. So in the sense, if the state is the is playing is true, then you'll show the pause icon, and if is playing is false, then you'll show the play button, right? So depending on the state, we'll decide what icon to show here. And here let's start with the row. And in the row you have main axis alignment dot space around, then you have your children, and in the widget we'll have the first icon button. So we'll say icon button, so the icon button on pressed will be empty because you don't want to do anything if somebody presses that button, right? And the icon that we want here, firstly we'll take it in a separate line. We'll take this in a separate line as well. And the icon that we need here will be an icon widget, and here we'll say font awesome icons dot backward, and comma, we'll say color, and then we'll say color with C capital, and I'm using a color 0x 2 times f and 2 times 4 8 AFF, but you could be using any other color that you want. And after the icon button, I want to add another icon button, right, for the forward. So first I'll add the forward one, and then we'll think about what to do with the play and pause button, right? So we'll say icon button, and here we'll say on pressed, and on pressed we don't want to do anything, right? And then after that you want to say, sorry, let's say icon, again the icon widget, and we'll say, and here we'll say font awesome icons dot forward, which is the icon that you want, and here we'll put a comma, and we'll say the color is color 0x FF 448AFF, which is the same color as the backward icon. So all of that works for us, and I'll just bring this bracket to the previous line, put a comma here, and put a comma after icon button as well, right? Now what we want to do, we want to think about how to place this play and pause button. So between these two icon buttons I need to put another icon button, which is basically our most important icon button, the play and pause one. So I'll say icon button, and after the end of the icon button I'll put comma, and before on pressed I want to say the icon size is going to be bigger than the other two icons, right? So I'll say icon size is 50, and then we'll put a comma here, and I'll bring this to the next line, and I'll bring the icon to the next line as well. So on pressed, now we want to do something on pressed, right? We want to have a function, and that function we'll set the state, set state, and select this one, and inside here whatever is the state of is playing, we want to negate that. So we'll say negation of is playing. So if it's playing, then make it pause. If it's true, then make it false. If it's false, then make it true, right? So that's how you toggle between is playing. And here the icon that we want to add is again the icon widget, and inside that we'll add, if it's is playing, right, you want to put font awesome icons dot pause, and otherwise, actually I'll bring the question mark to the next line, and otherwise we'll say font awesome icons dot play. So this is, by the way, the ternary operator. If you're from JavaScript background, you probably would know what this is. This is basically if this is true, then otherwise else, this will be the case. And the color of both of them will be the same, so color we can keep as a common property. So we'll say color 0x FF 448AFF, which is exactly the same color as the forward and backward icons as well. So this completes our entire program. You can see we don't have any errors, and everything should work perfectly fine. What we can do is we can head over back to our command line and say flutter run, and even if there are any errors, we'll be able to solve them. Let's go back to our phone, And let's wait for Flutter to actually run, compile the program, and then show it on our screen. So as you can see, there are some errors already. Cannot run with null sound, null safety, because the following dependencies don't support null safety. So this we'll have to, I think, fix. Seems like an error. But the process has not failed completely, so we're still waiting for this to build. Since it's taking a while, what I can do is I can pause this video and then restart the video once it's stopped building. So I was able to run the program, and so firstly it gave me this error, as you could see, that cannot run with sound null safety. And then I ran this command, no sound null safety, and then I was able to run it. So all you have to do is say flutter run and double dash no sound null safety, and then you'll be able to run the program as well. So what we'll do is we'll run it. It'll take a while. I'll just open up my phone so you can see it as well. Again, it'll take some time, I think. So it's built the app APK, and here's the phone, but the image is not loading, right? It's giving some issues with the image. So what we'll do now is we'll head over here, and here we have to add /photos. And once we do that and we hit hard refresh, which is capital R, hard refresh, and we look at the app, it'll show us the image. So everything works fine with the app. There's play and pause button as well, and you have these forward and backward icons as well. You have the progress bar, and you have the image with the rounded edges and the box shadow. So everything works perfectly, right? So I hope you learned something in this video, and we'll be building many more such UIs in our channel. So do subscribe, and thanks a lot for watching.